Are you ready to be fired up? Because I sure am. Today, we're going to be talking about the client acquisition process, the client acquisition phase, and how it relates to any business or any professional or entrepreneur or coach. No matter what you do, this absolutely applies to you. So sit back and let's get ready to be fired up. Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate your time. I hope you always know that I know you've got so many other places that you can be. And it just means really, really so much to me for the fact that you are here right now listening or watching this. So let's talk about the client acquisition process, the client acquisition process. What I want you to understand is that depending on where people are at in the sales funnel, in your sales cycle, no matter if you're acquiring a customer through any type of form of advertising, we need to really be really aware of where they're at in this client acquisition phase, right? We also need to understand is that what we do prior to ascending our customers, our clients, our audience into from one phase to another is really, really important, because our goal with our clients and our customers and our audience is to ascend them, right? We want them to go from not knowing about us, not knowing who we are, not knowing what we do, to actually becoming clients or customers who are working with us, who are in a working relationship with us. And there's different types of clients that are at different levels and different phases. So we need to start bringing people from one phase to the next. So a few things I want you to think about, and that is what you do prior to getting people to go from one phase to the next is so, so important. And it makes a huge, huge difference on the outcome as far as what's going to happen to that client, to that customer, to that audience. So it's really, really important for us to know what to do prior to moving people from one phase to the next. So we've got to make sure that we're matching the messaging to the actual phase that the customer or audience is in, right? That means we need to make sure that we know what our messaging is actually saying to the customer, where they're at in that buying cycle. Where are they at in that buying cycle? Where are they already working with us? Do they already know us? Do they not know us? Do they know they have a problem? Do they not know they have a problem? So again, knowing who our customers are, where they are in the buying process, and ascending them and getting them to go from one phase to the next is really, really important. Now, pre-framing is, again, what you do prior to getting people from going from one phase to the next. What do you put in front of them? What do they see? What are they getting? What are they getting before they go from a cold lead to a warm lead to a hot lead? And understanding that every single one of these phases is different, meaning what you're going to give to a customer that is a hot lead, that knows you, that knows about your product and service, that likes you and trusts you, is going to be very, very different from what you're going to put in front of somebody who is cold. They don't know about you. They don't know that they need your service. They don't even know that they have a problem. So the messaging and what you're saying is going to be so, so different from what you give that client or that customer or that audience to somebody who's hot. So understanding that's really, really going to help your conversions. It's going to save you money. It's going to make sure that your marketing dollar is going to the right people at the right place at the right time to convert them. Because what is our ultimate goal? Our ultimate goal is to convert. It's to get more clients and customers through our front doors, working with us. No matter what business or what service or what profession that we're in, that's the ultimate goal. So let me tell you about a story. This was actually done it's from a book called Sway, The Irresistible Pull of Irrational Behavior. This book is by Ori and Ron Brofman. And this is a story, a study that was done from MIT. And it talks all about the importance of pre-framing. So I want you to understand this. And they basically took 70 economic students, and they were told that they were going to have a substitute teacher that day, right? And prior to the teacher coming out and actually doing the teaching, what happened was that they gave each of these students a short biography about the professor. And they basically gave these 70 people the exact same biography. They talked about all the credentials and all the experience and all the accomplishments and how great this professor was. But half of the bios, they were a little bit different. So on half of the bios, there was just one phrase that was different. So on one phrase on the bio, it said that the professor was a rather warm person on half of these bios that the students were given. Now, on the other half of the bios, they were told that he is a rather cold person. All right. Now, every single other thing on this bio was exactly the same. Nothing was different. Nothing changed other than the fact that those two phrases, he was a rather warm person or rather cold. That was it, right? At the end of the lecture, the students were asked to fill out a survey to actually describe what they liked about the teacher, what they thought about the teacher. And here's the crazy thing. The students who received the bio that described him as a professor as being rather cold, they reported him to being rude and self-centered and irritable and formal. All right. And there was another group of students that got the bio that was exactly the same as the first, but instead of it saying that he was rather cold, it said he was rather warm, a rather warm person. Now they reported him as being someone that they actually loved, that he was warm, he was good-natured, et cetera, et cetera. So what does this tell us? This tells us that the pre-framing and what's happening before somebody gets to us, right, can drastically change the outcome of what that person or that audience is going to see, right? So in other words, when the students loved the professor, they were told he was warm. When the students thought the professor was cold and stuffy and mean, they were told that he was rather cold. So what you get before you do something, what a customer or a client gets prior to what you're going to put in front of them next, it makes a really, really big difference, right? So the pre-frame, what they get beforehand is very, very important. So we need to make sure that we understand that there are different phases of acquisition, right? There's different phases, and we need to make sure that we're putting someone in the right state, in the right phase, depending on where they're at in your sales cycle. Now, what do I mean by this? Meaning, again, we want to know who our audience is, who our traffic is. Are they warm? Are they cold? Are they hot? And what kind of knowledge do they have about us? And what kind of knowledge do they have about the problems that they have and the solutions that are out there for them? So what I want you to understand is what matters so much in marketing is that what happens before the clients meet with you in every phase prior makes a difference. So what happens at the initial time that they're getting to know who you are, what happens as they're getting warmed up to who you are, what happens before that, and what happens before they actually are hot and you want them to take a specific action, it makes a difference as far as what we should be putting in front of people. So now let's talk about what is a cold audience. What are different types of phases of traffic that we have, or different levels of traffic? Well, we've got cold traffic. Now, cold customers, your cold audience, they don't know you and they don't know they have a problem. Okay, so that's a cold customer, cold audience. They don't know you. They don't know that they have a problem. Now, there's another type of audience that we get, and these are warm customers. Now, warm customers, they know they have a problem, and they're aware that they have a solution, but they don't know anything about you. So with warm traffic, your job is to get them to understand that you actually have a solution to their problem, right? Cold traffic, your goal is to get them to be even aware that they have a problem, to be aware that a problem actually exists. That's your first step, is let them know they've got a problem. They've got an issue that they didn't even know they had, right? They're cold. It's like getting a customer out of thin air is what you're doing with cold traffic. Now with warm traffic though, these people know they have a problem. They know they have an issue, and they're aware that there is a solution. They just don't know that you actually have the solution and that you are the best solution for their problem. So your job as a marketer is to make sure that you're putting the right content, the right information in front of them. So now that they know that you are the solution to their problem. That is what a hot customer is. A hot customer, hot traffic, a hot audience is an audience or a customer that knows that they have a problem, that knows that there's a solution, and they know that you actually have the solution for them. You're the answer to their problems. They already know you. They already like you. They already trust you. They know who you are. So what I want you to understand is that what you put in front of somebody, your pre-frame, what you give to different levels or temperatures, let's say, of traffic, whether it be cold, warm, or hot, what you give before them is going to be very different based upon the temperature that the traffic is.
Are you looking to transform your business? Well, if the answer is yes, then you don't want to miss out on our intensive event starting soon for only $97. This event is jam-packed, full days of live coaching with me. We have breakout sessions to customize and implement our daily trainings so that you can actually utilize them into your business. We're going to give you the training to craft your personal strategy to convert your leads into long-term clients. So let's go. What are you waiting for? Register now. Can't wait to see you there, and let's transform your business.
Meaning, if you are trying to talk, let's just say that you are an insurance agent, okay? And you sell a really special type of insurance. You sell fire insurance, and it's very, very difficult to get fire insurance in a certain community because of X, Y, and Z, but you are able to solve that problem. Now, if there was a buyer who needed insurance, but they didn't even know that there was going to be an issue getting insurance, your job is to let that cold traffic know that they're going to have a problem getting insurance. Okay? That's cold traffic. Now they become warm traffic because now they know that they're going to have a problem getting insurance. Now they're warm. They know they have a problem. They're aware of it. They're aware of it, right? And now they're even aware that there might be a solution to it. But they don't know that you are the solution, right? When buyers become hot traffic, they know they have a problem. They know there's a solution. Now they know that you actually are the answer to that solution. You can get them fire insurance in that really crazy area because you have the solution to that problem. And they know about you, they like you, they trust you. So what you're going to be doing with cold traffic is different than warm, is different than hot. What you show them before they move up that sales cycle is going to be different. Think about it. If you just do an overall blanket statement or an overall blanket marketing, or you create a landing page, or you create a funnel, you need to have a different message, a different hook for every single different type of client that you have coming in, which means that you need to know who your clients are, where they're coming from, and are they warm, cold, or hot traffic. And at every phase, depending on what type of traffic that they are, you need to have a different message, a different marketing message that goes out to everyone. All right. So now you can create brand new customers out of thin air by making cold traffic aware that they have an issue. You can now take warm customers and move them to hot customers by having them understand that you're the best solution to their problem. So understanding that the pre-frame, that what you do prior to moving people from one phase of the acquisition process to the next is always going to be different, right? And it makes a huge difference to what your outcome is based upon what it is that you're giving them beforehand, right? So our goal is to move people through the customer acquisition process and knowing, again, what phase they're at prior to continuing to move up. And we have got to learn to bridge that gap, right? We've got to learn to bridge that gap. So with cold customers, we know that we need to bridge that gap more, right? Bridging the gap, meaning that we need to be able to get them to come from A to B, from getting to come from cold to warm to hot. We've got to bridge the gap from cold to warm traffic. We've got to bridge the gap from warm to hot traffic. We've got to bridge the gap from hot traffic to get them to actually want to convert into a customer, to download and become a customer. So with cold traffic, with cold customers, we need to warm them up more. They need to be made aware that they have a problem because they don't even know that they have a problem. Another great example of this would be, let's just say you're a software company and you help increase landing page speed time. So your software makes a landing page actually load more quickly. Now, you know this as the owner of the business, that people that take too long for their landing page to load, they lose X% of customers, right? Like 70% of the customers are going to jump off that page if the landing page does not load quick enough. You know that as a business owner, but your customer has no idea that they are losing 70% of their clients because their page is taking too long to load. Your job is to educate is to educate your audience so that they know that they're losing 70% of their customers because their landing page is not loading fast enough. They didn't even know it was a problem. They didn't know it existed. Your job is to get this cold audience to understand that they have a problem, right? And that now they know they have a problem. That cold audience no longer is cold. Now they become warm. Now they know there's a problem. Now it's your job to get them to understand that there's a solution to the problem, right? Now they become warm traffic because they know they have a problem. They know they have a solution. And then they become hot, meaning they know that you can fix that problem. But understand, the messaging, the actions that I'm going to take prior to getting someone from cold to warm are going to be a lot more intensive than me just getting a hot lead that already knows, likes, and trusts me and knows that I have the solution to their problem. For example, I might just need to send out a quick email to a hot audience and they're going to download my form or sign up for something, right? But for a cold audience, they might need to watch a couple of videos of me. They might need more, they might need to see some reviews. They need more from me for me to continue to bring them down that sales cycle. So once you start to really understand this, what's going to happen is that you're going to start converting more clients. You're going to start converting more customers, and you're going to save marketing dollars because you're reaching people at the right time in the sales cycle, giving them what they need in order for them to ascend, right? That's how you make more money. That's how you save money on your marketing dollar. And that's how you convert customers. You convert your audience into clients. So I hope this made sense. This applies to any business. Doesn't matter what business you're in. Your marketing and your messaging to your audience. You need to know who you're going after, right? And your messaging needs to match who you are going after, so you'll be more likely to convert, right? And understand that this is a really great way for you to know who you're going to spend more time on, right? Are you going to spend more time on a cold lead, or are you going to spend more time on a hot lead? Like, this person wants to buy right now, they're ready to rock and roll, and they're making a decision today. You're going to know where to spend your efforts based upon how warm, cold, or hot that they are. And how do we know this? We know this by bringing people down our funnel, targeting them and giving them specific information based upon what they did prior, and making sure that we're changing our messaging as we're moving people up that customer acquisition phase. So I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know if you liked it, give me your comments, and don't forget that we have got my book launched, The Ultimate Lead Gen Playbook for Dominating Your Local Area or as a business or a profession. Works for coaches, entrepreneurs, anybody and everyone. If you are a business owner or an entrepreneur, this book will absolutely help you. Talks all about social media and video and how to attract business and stop chasing it. Just go to getkristasbook.com. That's getkristasbook.com. It actually launched September 25th, and now it's on Amazon, and we'd love to get you a copy of it. And of course, I'd love to hear your feedback. So let me know what you think. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. You've got a lot of places that you could be, and the fact that you gave me a little bit of your time today means the world. So make it a great day. Thanks for being here. And remember, implementation is everything. You can learn, but if you don't implement, then nothing's going to happen. So ask yourself, what can I do today to make sure that I'm implementing what she talked about? How can I really figure out who my customer is and what phase in the acquisition process are they, and how can I make sure that my messaging matches their stage? Have a great day, everyone. Thanks again.
Hey there, I have a brand new podcast called Fired Up with Krista Mashore, where I bring my high energy right to your ears. This podcast is available on all your favorite podcast platforms. So do me a favor, go subscribe and leave a review. All this information is free, and I cannot wait to teach you everything I know. Thanks so much for watching my video. You can learn more about how to be a successful real estate professional by watching other videos that I have. And be sure to subscribe to my channel. And as always, make it a great home selling and buying day.